Hello and welcome to the PhoneArena.com review of the 755p by Palm. The 755p is offered by three different national carriers: Verizon, Sprint, and Alltel. It replaces the 700p in the carrier's lineup and has been out since May on Sprint, October on Alltel, and has just recently launched on Verizon. The main difference with the 755p is cosmetic. As you can see, there is no external antenna, and the phone has gotten marginally slimmer as well. The SD slot has been moved to the side and replaced with mini SD. But other than that, the phone is basically the same design as Treos of the past. On the front, you have a 320 by 320 pixel 65,000 color display. As always, it is a touchscreen display, or can also be controlled with the directional pad. You'll find send and end keys, as well as a phone key, calendar, mail, and home. The calendar, mail, and home keys can be customized as the user wants, but the phone key is pre-programmed and hard-coded. There's also a multifunction button on the side that the user can program to their liking. A typical 5-way directional pad with an enter key in the middle sits there, and below that you have a full QWERTY keypad. The keypad's nice and easy to use, there's plenty of play, and the user knows that the buttons have been pressed. Above the multifunction key on the side is a volume rocker, and on the other side we find the aforementioned micro SD port as well as the infrared port. At the top there's a slider switch which will turn the phone quickly into vibrate mode, and at the bottom is a standard Palm charging and data port as well as a 2.5mm jack. On the back of the phone you'll find a 1.3 megapixel camera, the speaker. The stylus sits up at the top, and at the other side you have a cover for an external antenna hookup. Most of the back is the battery door, which easily comes off with the press of a button and a slide. The phones are now coated in a soft touch paint, similar to many other phones we've seen recently. This gives the phone a lot better feel than previous Treos like the 700. It makes the phone easier to grip, as the plastic is not nearly as hard and slippery as it was before. There are a couple different colors offered. What you see here is the azure green offered by Verizon. Sprint also offers a blue and burgundy, while Alltel offers a black. There's really nothing new to say about the operating system here. It's the same Palm OS that runs on the 700p, and basically the same Palm OS we've seen for years. It runs quick and stable, and our only real complaint is that it hasn't changed in years. We'd like to see something a little bit fresher from Palm. That said, it's still a very easy to use operating system, and we always recommend Palms to new smartphone users. As always, we have the different categories. Users can create new categories and can sort their contacts and applications as they wish. All the basic personal information management functions are here, such as a calendar, memos, tasks, contacts, and a full calendar. Also on board is email. There are a couple of different options here. For Verizon, they offer their wireless sync. This is a great program and offers true push email. Not only does it sync mail, but it will also deal with things such as your memos, travel information, backing up your information, your contacts, and your calendar. Once the software is installed on a computer, as long as that computer is up and running, you can initiate a wireless sync and pull all that information, or you can also have the information pushed to you. The Sprint Treo offers VersaMail, which is a very capable email client and has been used on Treo for years. Both of these are very easy to use, and even a novice user will be up and running in just a few minutes. The Verizon Treo is pretty light on multimedia applications. Something that we find on both the Sprint and Verizon one is Pocket Tunes. This is a very capable little media player that can handle all kinds of different formats, such as MP3 and AAC. It's very simple and straightforward, and one thing that we really like about it is that it does play in the background. It'll show album art and all kinds of different features, and supports playlists as well. The Sprint Treo does offer a few games such as Bejeweled, and most notably it offers the Sprint TV service. This is the same Sprint TV we've seen on Treos before, as well as the new Treo. Verizon does offer TV service as well, however, it is not supported on their smartphones. As you can see, it's pretty easy to navigate, and the quality is relatively good. We'll wait a second here for it to buffer and start NFL Network. After a few seconds it goes to full screen mode, but you can still control the player by using the directional pad.
What winning a championship does. Winning a championship.
The camera and camcorder perform just fine, but they're nothing all that special. As you can see, it's a very simple interface. You can switch between the camera and camcorder straight from there, and you can go into the picture viewing album. You can create your own, and it also will have the default Palm album. Settings are sparse. And in fact, the only thing you can really change is tones from black and white to sepia or normal. You can turn the shutter sound off, and you can change the resolution. It's a 1.3 megapixel camera, and videos are recorded at a max resolution of 352 by 288, which is plenty good for YouTube. The 755p definitely is not a multimedia oriented device, but it should allow you to get through the day for everyday things such as small picture taking, or if you wanted to listen to your MP3s. The web browsing on the 755p is handled by Blazor, as always. Blazor is Palm's own browser and is capable of rendering HTML pages, although a lot of times with a page like YouTube or ESPN, it will revert to the mobile version when available. As you can see here, a large page, such as Phone Arena, will take a little while to load. It will, however, render the page completely. It does not support Flash or anything of that nature, but the website is fully functional. Blazor is an okay browser. We don't hate it by any means, but there are definitely some things we'd like to see changed. The 755p is a very capable smartphone. When it was released last May, it was a worthy successor to the 700p. And though the changes were minor, the updated styling gave the phone a much more modern look, and the soft touch rubber made it more practical and easy to use. However, with the launch of the Treo in November, even Palm has acknowledged that their phones are large and need to be smaller. There's really no two ways around it. The 755p is a big, heavy phone. A die-hard Palm user on Verizon or Alltel really has no other option, but Sprint users should definitely check out the Treo, and we wouldn't be opposed to looking at other platforms as well. The display's big, the keys are easy to use, but in the end, the 755p does not offer anything to justify its size.